guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're playing another Total War 2 Battle Replay. Well, Warhammer 2, you know what I mean. So, yeah, here we are. I'm playing as, well, Sutenberg, actually. I'm using the faction unlocker, because Mortal Empires isn't out yet. So, yeah, I wanna try out the Empire. You know, the Empire Light. I mean, you know, there's none of the sort of Empire heroes, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff missing, frankly. There's no Flagellants, no Free Company, none of the DLC stuff, none of the Regents of Renown. So it is a limited roster. But, you know, still good. Missing some wizards as well, I think. It does have amber wizards. Anyway, so it's missing a lot of stuff. So bear that in mind. But anyway, so I've got frontliner swordsmen. So, you know, these guys, cheap and cheerful. They've got shields, so that'll help against, you know, any of their archers. Keep the front line of the fight a bit longer. You know, stop them taking too much damage before they get into the fight. And I think they'll do okay against spearmen. They should be alright. And at the very least, there'll be some more fodder that they have to get through. So that'll help. Also, just in case they've got any large stuff, I've got some spearmen with shields. Again, I want that missile resistance. So I've got spearmen on either side, and I have another unit back here guarding my cannons. So I've got two great cannons. These guys will be great against flying units or cavalry. So, you know, dragon princes and stuff, you know, they can't really sort of survive getting shot by a cannonball. So a nice way to, you know, deal some real heavy damage to some vital units. So I brought a couple of them. So I'm pretty prepared for a lot of dragons and stuff like that. And also to help me in that quest is I've got Demigryph Knights with halberds. So if they land a dragon, these guys can jump on top of it and just murder the hell out of it. These guys are really good against large stuff, as you probably remember from the first game. You know, these guys, fantastic anti-large troops. Load of armor piercing, they're just really good. So I brought two units, because there's a lot of big monsters that High Elves can bring, and they're all going to be very, you know, high-value targets. So I think it's well worth bringing a lot of this stuff. So also, yeah, I've got the Amber Wizard. Flock of Doom, great against elves, because frankly they don't have the biggest health pools, but they got a lot of melee defense, stuff like that, so they're quite hard to kill, just toe to toe. But you know, you can really whittle down the health of even like elite units like Swordmasters and Phoenix Guard with Amber Wizards, so they're very useful. Also, I've got a General of the Empire. Nothing special, honestly, just General of the Empire. So if we go over here, no dragons, anywhere. I've checked. So, yeah, and also not a lot of spearmen either. In fact, none. So he's got a load of white lines astray, so this armor piercing, and, you know, they've got really good combat stats as well. I mean, 40 melee attack and 39 melee defense. They're gonna just cleave through my swordsman, quite frankly. Great swords will have a better chance, but that armor piercing is gonna hurt. These guys are actually very similar to great swords, I find. So, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. So, it's going to be a tough one. Also here, he's got some Phoenix Guard, so big stuff's got to watch out. Luckily, it's only the Demigryph Knights, and so they're not going to be, you know, getting in the front line with the Phoenix Guard, really. I can avoid them. Also, he's got Swordmasters of Hoeth. So, obviously, Swordmasters, they're going to do really well. They're basically great swords, but better. They're really solid. And, yeah, they're just very good, honestly. So, that's going to hurt. But, you know, they are very expensive, so, you know. So, also, he's got Tyrion, because Tyrion is an absolute monster, and will just be able to wade through all of everything. I don't have an answer to him, honestly. If I could bully him with, like, a couple of Empire captains and a general, then maybe. Or I'd like an Amethyst Wizard, and I could just slowly Spirit Leech him over and over and over and over again, but they're just so hard to take out. And also, Loremaster of Hoeth, he's going to be able to heal and do all sorts. So, the Loremaster of Hoeth, great anti-infantry as well. And he's also got a High Mage. So he'll be bringing some more spells there, like Fiery Convocation, stuff like that. And over here he's got a Noble. So this is a little bit odd, because it was a custom battle. You can have more than 2 heroes. So he's got 3 heroes, which is more than you should be allowed, but that's fine, isn't it? They still cost money. So he's got Noble, so great anti-large, so that's going to help against my Demigryph Knights. But other than that, he's not really going to have any other targets. But so this is a fun one. So straight away, there is a ridge. So I could only see the white lions, so I was shooting the white lions. But you can see I've done a fair bit of damage to him. I will move on to the Phoenix Guard at some point, because they're far more valuable. You know, they've got a great, like, physical resist and all sorts, so they're going to do really well in the front line, even though they are anti-large. But this will also give my Demigryph Knights more leeway if these guys are dead. So I want to take them out. So here, I'm going to move up. I'm just going to charge in, frankly. I'm going to try and get some more troops, you know, spare around here, because as you can see, I do have a wider front line than he does. So here, I got a Flock of Doom, which will do a lot of damage to these Phoenix Guard. Although the cannon certainly helped. So, so that's pretty nice, right? Done a lot of damage to the Phoenix Guard, nice and early. Also got some damage to these white lions, so that's definitely going to help. Unfortunately, I do blob up here a little bit too much, so I do start getting some men around, including one of my greatswords. Because the greatswords in the back is going to hurt. So I also start moving my Demigryph Knights around, because I want to get into these archers, frankly. I want to kill them nice and early, because the longer they're alive, the more they're going to do. So over here, you can see Fiery Convocation is coming down, and I move my greatswords out of this fight. But, you know, my cheaper units are going to take a lot of damage from that. Yeah, so as you can see, those swordsmen have had enough. But it means I can bring these greatswords back into the fight again. But they are getting shot in the back from that, so it was still a very worthwhile spell, I think. So I'm charging in the back with my greatswords, so the white lion's now a bit sandwiched, but only a little bit sandwiched, honestly. So I get really good, I think that was an overcasted one as well, wasn't it? Or was that a normal one? Okay, that was just a normal one. So I get a Flock of Doom. So a bit more damage to all the white lions over here, you know, and even the Swordmasters. So here, fantastic, what's that called? Fang? Sun Fang, that's it. Sun Fang, breath spell from Tyrion there. So here, you know, I'm wrapping up these archers, no problem. And I do have some spare spearmen that I can bring into the bag. So, yeah, I've still got my, nope, they're walking forwards, so I need to stop them, quite frankly. Although I do make a mistake, I actually, I usually press backspace to stop people walking, but it actually takes them off fire at will. So I think I take them off fire at will in a second, which isn't good, because it means they're not shooting when they can. But here you can see archers completely defeated, getting another really good Flock of Doom here, because frankly I need to do as much damage to these Swordmasters as I can, because they are beating my my greatswords pretty handily, and he's still got a load of heroes. Here you can see the General of the Empire now is just being slaughtered by Tyrion. So over here, another Fiery Convocation, move my greatswords back, but they take the brunt of it. That's the horrible thing. I'm losing so much of my fodder to those Fiery Convocations, so it's pretty tough. And also the greatswords, you know, they're really good at killing stuff, but the white lions with that huge armor piercing, they're going to do a lot of damage to the greatswords before they get cleaved through, which is pretty sad. And over here you can see those greatswords, the Swordmaster just dealt with them. So here though, another Flock of Doom, which is great, so I'm doing even more damage to these guys. I am slowly whittling them down. Also you can see these white lions have had it. These ones, not so much. Okay, cannons firing, so that's something. So here, I actually charge in the rear here, and I leave them in the fight far too long, because there are Phoenix Guard here. But I want to try and keep these greatswords healthy. I wanted to at least have one unit that was still healthy. So, yeah, so I charged in there. But as you can see, a lot of the infantry is starting to go now, like a lot of his. And I do still have some greatswords knocking around. So that's good. So I've got 2 units of greatswords really, although that one's now suffering pretty heavily. But a lot of my units are coming back, so that's good. And they're able to join the fight again. But frankly, Tyrion could fight these guys all day. And yeah, I got my cannons trying to finish things off. You know, still got my my Amber Wizard, nice and healthy. So he's trying to get his, he's used the Power Stone. Ooh, another Rune Fang. Basically, the rest of my fodder is dead now. Yep, there we go. That's awful. Sun Fang is incredibly deadly. It hurts. So here, you know, these white lions are taking a lot of damage from cannon fire. So I'm trying to get my Demigryphs just to charge them, get some damage in. You can see they've done a fair bit of damage. So another Flock of Doom here, and I actually managed to hit both of these units. So I managed to hit the Phoenix Guard are very expensive and the Swordmasters. So here I know that the Swordmasters need to get wrapped up, so I'm getting my Demigryphs to just keep charging through and hit these guys. I don't want them near the Noble, frankly. The Noble will do a lot of damage to them with his anti-large, so that would be tough. So as you can see, I've just got so many men running, and he is just chasing me off with his Phoenix Guard, which is very irritating. Because look at that, that's 50 greatswords that I could get back if he stops chasing me. So it seems a bit of a waste sending his Phoenix Guard like that, but there's only 14, and they've got a slither of health left. So for him to be able to just, you know, get rid of these greatswords, that's pretty good, to be honest. So here, now the Swordmaster, the Lawmaster, is now all up in my Great Cannon crew, which is very irritating. But, you know, Swordmasters, they're gone, so that's good. Tyrion now, teaming up with the White Lions, they're going to kill these spearmen, obviously. I mean, they're spearmen. But, you know, I'm bringing some more swordsmen in. I'm basically just trying to keep charging things, try and whittle down anything I can. Because as you can see, it is incredibly close. But, you know, I am starting to get some guys rallying, and some more of these guys might rally if they stop getting chased. So I could be getting some units back, but obviously he's still got his 3 heroes here. Oh, I did take out his mage, actually. I'm not sure where they were when I took them out, but they're dead, so that's good, right? So definitely helped me out. So now, still got that cannon firing at these guys. I think he was trying to take out the Swordmasters, actually, stop them coming back. So I say he, you know, I mean whoever's in charge of the cannon, because, you know, this was my army, so... Anyway, so off he goes, so that's great news. But, you know, I do have some cannons running away now, which is annoying. Hopefully they'll come back. Yeah, there's no point chasing the cannon crew, honestly, with the Lawmaster. So here, I'm trying to finally finish off this Noble. And, you know, I'm trying to charge through, do some damage to Tyrion. I'm trying to damage whatever I can, to be honest. And now the Lawmaster's coming in. I'm shooting at the Noble with the cannons as well. Anything I can do, frankly. It's pretty desperate at this point. And, you know, my Amber, like, Wizard, almost no Winds of Magic left, and there are no good targets. All he's got is Flock of Doom. And, oh, luckily here, these Phoenix Guard fight these Swordsmen. And there's not many of them, and like I say, they've only got a slither of health. So these Swordsmen may actually be able to finish them off. So over here, though, my great swords are getting beaten up, quite frankly. Just two incredibly elite heroes. You know, the Lawmaster Ho is fantastic at killing infantry, so is Tyrion. But, you know, the great swords at least get their anti-infantry bonus, but they're just not healthy enough to be able to fight here for long. And they got no backup, really. Well, they will soon. So I'm trying to get my Demigryph Knights in again. This Noble I'm trying to chase off with the weaker of the Demigryph Knights. There's only 6 in that unit left, so it's pretty dangerous. But I've got my cannon crew back. They're going to get back on that cannon, so that's definitely going to help me out. Here, those Phoenix Guard, they have shattered. There's only 4 left, but they've shattered. So now I've got some more great swords and some more swordsmen that can come back in the fight. So that is really useful. I also just sent to my Amber Wizard to try and fight, because there's nothing else they could be doing. So, yeah. So, still got my Demigryphs. Got these Demigryphs as well. Has that guy shattered yet? No, it hasn't, but I think I've got one of my cannons firing at him to make sure he doesn't come back. So that'll definitely help. But, yeah, my great swords are just not having a good day here. They're not having a good day. So I'm trying to cycle charge. Basically, if I can just keep these guys on the ground, then they can't be murdering me. But it doesn't seem to be doing enough. Luckily, the Lawmaster is very injured now. The Lawmaster, not as defensive as Tyrion. Tyrion can survive pretty much forever. So yeah, there we go. So, shattered the Noble. Or killed him, maybe. I'm not sure. He just saw him fly off there, and his flag disappeared. So he could have shattered. No, I think he's dead. He must be dead, right? Because, yeah, you still get the shattered flags on replays. So, yeah, he died. But, yeah, this is a bit irritating. My Amber Wizard's dead, too, now. And I am trying to shoot at this Lawmaster. I've got some units, but as you can see, I'm in tatters here. But I've still got some great swords. I'm trying to leave space so I can get some shots in with the cannons. But they just weren't firing. They just were not firing. It's very irritating. Sometimes they just don't. They're so finicky. I don't know. It seems in Total War Warhammer 2, there's some weird issues with gunpowder units, where a lot of the time they'll just walk forwards towards the enemy rather than firing at them. They seem to get obstructed when there seems to be no obstruction whatsoever. They're a lot more sensitive to being obstructed, it seems. But yet they've made it so archers can fire over your own units happily. So it seems odd. They seem to have made archers way better and gunpowder units even worse, which seems peculiar to me. So it might change Immortal Empires, we'll see. So anyway, so now it's just Tyrion left. Just Tyrion. So, should be fine, right? I mean, I've got 2 cannons here. You know, I've got some more great swords in this fight. Actually, no, spearmen and swordsmen. All the great swords are running again. As are most of my Demigryph Knights. But anyway, I've got these Demigryph Knights, and I've got 2 cannons. So, well, 6 cannons. Should be fine. 6 cannons, 1 guy. I mean, come on. It'll be easy. If they'll fire. Guys. Nope, nothing. And now he's in their minimum range. Don't know what he's doing. He's still facing this way. See what I mean? They're just very dumb these days. And they're thinking about running away. Oh, God. Oh, he fired, but I think it's something over there, it seemed. This is very odd. Anyway, so I'm going to try and... I'm trying to group up my guys again, basically. I'm trying to get them in a better group, because I need my great swords over here. I can't have these guys run, get chased off, and then my great swords run and get chased off. It just won't work. And here we go, look at them. Now they're like, yeah, I'll fight Tyrion. Hey Tyrion, come see my cannon. I mean, come on. So anyway, it's absolutely ridiculous. So here, I do get the Demigryph Knights in again. I mean, they've still got armor piercing. They've still got an alright charge bonus. So they're still good, right? They're just not great in sustained combat against something like Tyrion. Because, yeah, each hit he does with such small model counts, he'll just hit and it'll kill a model. Which is not good. So he's still trying to run away. So he charges into my greatsword, which is probably a good idea, to be honest. The greatswords are probably in a better position to do damage, but them getting charged like that is not a good idea. And they've shattered, so I don't have them anymore, which is annoying. My cannon crew, they're running away, but they'll come back, don't worry. So yeah, so now Tyrion's surrounded. He's taking some damage. Some. Not a lot, but some. So yeah, cannon crew's coming back. I'm going to bring him back in. So yeah, I'm pulling out my Demigryph Knights again, because I can only really do damage on the charge. You can see he took a bit of damage there, though. He is pretty injured now, Tyrion. So, yeah, so still got my cannons sat here waiting for an opportunity. Luckily, an opportunity should come soon, because all my swordsmen are getting, chased away. So here, another charge, so another chunk of damage. You can see his leadership gets dropped down every time I do that, but he just keeps coming back up again. So there you go, great shot. Hit some of the other cannon crew and some of my guys. Not sure I hit Tyrion at all, but don't worry about it, it's fine. So, yeah, now those swordsmen have shattered. So now it's really just the spearmen and some cannon crews and the demigriffs and this cannon, I suppose. So here, once again, I told them to shoot, and they're just walking towards him. Oh, so frustrating. So, yeah, they're gonna try and shoot. I don't think they do. And it's around this time I decided, you know what, forget this, I'm going to take control of them. So I take control of the cannon at this point, I think. So that was a miss. So yeah, I'm just going to, there we go. So that was one of mine. Took out a demigriff knight, whoops. But it's fine. So yeah, I've taken control here. It's more important that I control one of the cannons and try and deal with him. So again, hit a demigriff knight. These cannons are still trying to show Tyrion the cannon, which is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. What are they doing? So, yeah, the Demigriff Knight is running away again, which is probably fair, because I killed a lot of them with the cannon there. Now, the cannon crew is getting attacked, but it's fine. I'm still in control of this one. So, there we go. Nice hit on Tyrion there. Which I think is fantastic. Oh, these cannons waiting to fire at him aren't doing a thing. They really are stupid. Anyway, so this guy again. Yeah, another good hit, a fine hit, and then he gets all his health back because it's Tyrion, and he has the Heart of Avalon. So at that point, everyone panics because he's totally fine, despite having taken, you know, 50 cannonballs to the eyes, nose, and ears. It's just, yeah, Tyrion doing a Tyrion again. I don't remember if you, I don't know if you guys remember the battle I did where it's High Elves against actually the same guy, Strigid. He was playing as the Dark Elves, I was playing as the High Elves, and Tyrion won it single-handedly. Well, that just happened again, so he's got payback from when that happened. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous match. You know, I was so prepared for dragons and phoenixes and all sorts, he just brought none of them. It's going to be a really good matchup, I think. High Elves versus Empire. I think it's going to be incredibly good. Like, when it's, you know, the full rosters. Because, yeah, they just both have a lot of answers to each other's stuff. But they're both very well-rounded factions. So it's going to be great, I think. And obviously, you know, the Empire don't have, like, an overabundance of armor piercing. So I think the High Elves are going to get a lot of use out of their, not armor piercing, but armor. So I think the High Elves are going to get a lot of use out of their ranged. You know, out of all their archers, you know. They don't have a lot of armor piercing, but good range, good accuracy. I think they're going to do really well against the Empire. So, yeah, it's going to be really fun, I think, when Mortal Empires comes out. So yeah, really getting a taste for it now. I'm quite bored of the 4 factions to play as, you know, in Total War Warhammer 2. It's just not enough variety. Same matchups all the time. So it's gonna be fantastic when another like 10 factions are injected into the mix. It's gonna be fantastic, isn't it? So soon, it's Thursday, I think. So yeah, only a few days. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and yeah, let me know what you think. Have a good day, guys.